Aliyah Boston reveals Caitlin Clark's three-word message about Fever Team USA reunion. Aliyah Boston spoke on the conversation she had with Caitlin Clark about reuniting at a Team USA training camp next month. Indiana Fever fans have already waited nearly 5 months since the last time they got to see superstar guard Caitlin Clark competing on the court. Her last in-game action game was during the Fever's July 15 game against the Connecticut Sun, which is when she suffered a groin injury that forced her to remain sidelined for the rest of the 2025 WNBA season. While there were some snippets of Clark competing during Fever practices that made waves on social media, that was never going to appease fans as much as witnessing her competing against the world's best women's basketball players. And since Clark said that she wasn't going to take part in Unrivaled or any other league this offseason, most believed they'd have to wait until the Fever's 2026 campaign to see her hooping again. But that belief changed when it was announced on November 24 that Clark will be taking part in a USA Basketball Women's National Team training camp in Durham, North Carolina, from December 12 to 14. And number 22 won't be the only person representing her Fever franchise at this training camp, as her teammate Aliyah Boston is also on the Team USA roster, while their Indiana head coach, Stephanie White, will be an assistant there. Aliyah Boston shares Caitlin Clark conversation about Team USA camp. Few people are likely happier about Clark now being healthy enough to compete than Aliyah Boston. Not only is she surely glad to see her teammate back on the basketball court, but this means Clark is well on her way to being ready for the Fever's 2026 campaign. During a December 3 episode of her Post Moves podcast with Candace Parker, Boston spoke about her conversation with Clark regarding them reuniting at the Team USA training camp. When Parker asked what she was most excited about for the training camp, Boston said, "I think any time you get a chance to really play with USA, it's just a great opportunity. So honestly, I'm just excited to hoop a little bit before I go to Unrivaled. I get to see my girl Caitlin." I was like, "Hey girl, see you soon." Clark was like, "See you soon," Boston added. Clark and Boston are clearly both excited about seeing each other in North Carolina. And one would imagine that their on-court chemistry will work wonders for both performing well at the camp, which should put them in a position to eventually earn a spot on Team USA's roster for the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics.